Hey, what's up guys? This is a quick follow-up video to my question and answer section. Somebody asked me, well, a few people actually asked me about my monkey tank, or my tank monkey, and I've decided to make a quick video about that. I'm not going to go and, I can't make any special pictures or anything like that. That's not my forte. I can't do anything like that. But what I can do is try to explain a new type of tower and hopefully an interesting tower. So what's going on here? Well, first of all, I think the tank monkey should cost right around $550. I think that's like a consistent amount of money. You know, it's about as much as a monkey wizard or something like that. It's going to be slightly more powerful than the monkey wizard to start. It's going to pop through 3 balloons instead of just 2 balloons. So I feel like that's fair. $550 pop through 3 balloons. It's going to shoot in a straight line, and it's just going to basically, just to make you guys understand what it's going to do. First of all, it's going to shoot a shell, and then the shell is going to go through balloons, and then eventually after it pops a certain number of balloons, it'll explode. But requires upgrades. So I'm going to go through all the left-sided upgrades first, and then all the right-sided upgrades second. If you find any problems with these, go right ahead and let me know in the comments. I can't really change it, change the video, but what I can do is change the information section. So I will go down and adjust all of the things in the information section. If you just want a quick little walkthrough of what the tower looks like, go down there. Anyways, 0-0, like I said, is a tank monkey. Just shoots through 3 balloons. Costs $550. The 1-0 upgrade is kind of similar. It actually just shoots through 7 balloons. So it shoots through 7 balloons instead of just 3. So it's kind of similar to a boomerang monkey, but it's a little bit more expensive, and it shoots in a straight line instead of like a hook. So then the 2-0 upgrade. The 2-0 upgrade is actually the explosion. So it's actually going to cost $700. It's going to shoot through the 7 balloons, and then it's going to explode. But if it doesn't pop through all 7 balloons, it won't explode. So I don't know how big the explosion is going to be. I'd have to test stuff out, and I can't test stuff out. So obviously, I don't think this is going to be part of the game. But if it was, they need to test it and retest it, and adjust what I say quite a bit. And the shell can actually not go through lead balloons, but it'll explode on the first lead balloon. So for example, it'll just skip its first 7 pops and just explode on the first lead balloon, so it can pop lead balloons, but not very efficiently. 3-0 is just a bigger explosion, so it's going to cost $1,200 for the bigger explosion. I figure it's going to be somewhat like a cluster bomb type action, but it's not going to actually cluster out. It's just going to be a bigger bomb, just a bigger explosion. Quite a bit bigger, though, hopefully. The 4-0 is going to be, 2-0. It's going to be 2 independently aiming barrels, kind of like the Plasma Robo. It's going to shoot through 15 balloons each, and then explode after going through all those balloons. And I really don't know if it's going to have like a bigger explosion or anything like that, but the cost is somewhat low. So it's going to be only about $2,500, so might be effective for certain levels here and there. I really haven't talked about too much about how much Moab popping power and stuff it does have, but I assume it's going to be very bad versus Moabs. It's going to be more good versus balloons, and a lot of balloons at that. The 0-1 is going to be more range, so it's just going to be $400. I think the range is going to be important for this guy because the bullet needs to go down a long straight line for it to actually be effective. The 0-2 is shell penetration, allows for the shell to go through ice and lead balloons, so I think that's somewhat interesting. You kind of need that upgrade if you're going to go kind of far on the left side. I feel like that's a pretty good upgrade. And then this one's a little bit different. Now I feel like now we're getting kind of intense here. Now you can get a 2-0, which will be a tank monkey that can shoot through quite a bit of balloons and then explode, right? But then if you get a 2-3, the 2-3 would be a tank that can shoot those shells and explode them, but also a Gatling gunner. So I'd like to put like a Gatling gunner on top of the tank monkey, and he's just gonna like aim. He's gonna just like aim, just keep shooting balloons really, really fast. At least that was the thought process behind that. And I don't know exactly how much popping power and stuff it has, but I was guessing it could have 2 pops per shot, and it could shoot pretty darn fast. I don't know exactly how many frames per second or whatever it would shoot, but quite a bit, I would say. And then that's going to cost actually $1,200, so not that much money. This is kind of actually a reasonably cheap tower to get high-level upgrades. Obviously, you could make it a really expensive tower and give it some really make it better, just double everything pretty much and just make it more expensive. That's totally possible. But I feel like we don't have any medium towers, really. So we need some medium towers. Everything has, all the 4th tower upgrades are all $18,000, $20,000, or you get a stupid Juggernaut monkey for $1,600. So I think a tank monkey is a good, solid, medium tower, kind of like a monkey wizard. And that's what we're missing in the game. So anyways, the next upgrade is the minigun ability. So basically you're just upgrading your chain gun quite a bit. Or Gatling gun. I don't know. I don't really know the names. I didn't really name them too fantastically amazing or anything. But the minigun ability would be a Gatling gunner, which gets upgraded for like 15 seconds or however long the ability actually lasts. But it just fires right through lead balloons, ice balloons, because Gatling gunner cannot pop through the lead or ice. Or the Gatling gunner cannot pop through all the lead or ice, but the minigun can. So it's going to also pop 10 balloons per shot and fires twice as fast. That's about 10 times as much popping power, but you only get it for, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds. I think that the ability is probably going to be like 10 seconds, but that should help pop through quite a few balloons. Now these would obviously be really bad versus ceramics, so just understanding that they're going to be really bad versus ceramics, but hopefully good versus a lot of grouped balloons together. So that could work. Also, it doesn't really have any camera detection, so that's kind of a limitation of it. A lot of towers actually have camera detection. This one will not at all. So hopefully it's just a brute force kind of tower to help pop a lot of balloons. Now, I do feel like this would be a very strategic tower, because you can use the shells to pop through quite a few balloons, but if you don't make it go through all of the balloons, the shell won't actually explode. So you're kind of limiting your popping power right there. It's going to be good for certain levels and bad for other levels. So it's kind of like strategic where you want to use it, when you want to use it, and things like that. And I feel like that makes it an interesting tower to use. That's really all I have for today. As always, suggestions and comments about how much you like the tower, dislike the tower, those are much appreciated. As well, if you want to share it with the forums, go ahead and share this video or share the information. Go right ahead, I don't mind that. And guess what? You guys can have a fantastic day.